Roger. Thank you 1,000 times. Roger Nelson is a radio announcer up at KBAY in San Francisco, and he's listening to us right now. I bet this is driving him crazy in his headphone. This sound in the background. Look at that, Roger. Roger's all right. Hi, you're next to the Blink of It Happening on JVEG.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I'd like to talk to Fred Steckling.
He is not here right now.
Oh.
He's not here right now. I'll be calling him in about 5 to 7 minutes. Okay?
I can talk to you for a second.
Okay, go
Are you
ahead.
live on the radio? I turned my radio off.
Yeah, turn your radio off. That's it.
Okay. I'm the guy I called up before about UFO experience I had.
You mean before? Before when?
Oh, a couple of days ago.
Okay.
I was real nervous. I called up for the first time.
Oh, you're not as nervous anymore, huh?
Well, I feel a little bit.
Now you're a pro.
No.
Second time around is a lot easier, that's for sure.
Well, I just want to talk to you first because, see if you want me to call back, see if I can talk to Fred. I admire George Adamski a lot in the books that he had written, and also Howard Mendes, which most people don't know about. I had a UFO.
When you say admire, that's an interesting word. He says admire, then he hangs up.
Huh?
What happened? Are you on the telephone?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, when you say admire, that's an interesting word. You admire George Adamski and the other person.
Yes.
And why do you admire them, I ask?
Because through my own experience that I had, they're very accurate in the information that they had.
In other words, you're convinced.
It's not really exact too much. Some people really understand.
So
some people don't.
Are you all alone then, basically, as far as in your neighborhood, as being as strong a believer as you are?
What, in UFO?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty much all alone in this.
Boy, that must be a bummer.
Well, it is in a way, yeah.
It's got to be. I mean, you can't communicate with anybody. You can't. That's why I guess you're lucky you found that happening.
I felt that, I always felt that people should hear the truth, and I always felt that if a person's had an experience that has some validity, but I found out in this world, people and the scientists, they chop it all down because they don't want the truth to come out. And even if you had facts, they chop that all down too.
Oh.
But I found out in this world, people and the scientists, they chop it all down because they don't want the truth to come out. And even if you had facts, they chop that all down too.
Oh, sure.
So, I know that Fred Steckling is most of the time back, excuse my English, is coming through with, proof and evidence and scientific material so that people can believe what is going on. In my experience, it has taken me my whole lifetime to go through different types of awareness and being able to be at where I am now, which is probably maybe too much for the average person because this guy's got to be,
Have you been contacted? Are you a contactee?
Oh, yeah.
You are?
If you look at I had an experience on the moon itself.
Well, hold it. Hold everything.
What?
You had an experience on the moon?
Yes, I had.
Are you saying you were on the moon?
Yes, I was.
Oh, okay. How about describing, first of all, how did you get, who took you there?
The space people.
Where did they pick you up?
Okay. Well, they picked me up over in Edgewater Apartments.
I see. When you say they come and knock on your door? Or?
No. Well, I explained a little bit to you before.
Well, forget what you explained before. Forget 2 nights ago, okay? My life goes on. That's 48 hours ago, sir.
It would take a long time to explain.
No, sir. It would not take long if you answer my questions. It'll take a long time if you want to give me a dissertation on every question I ask you. Okay. How did they come and get you? Now, that's not a difficult. How did they come and get you, sir?
Okay. I met them when we were playing.
Oh, she's going to ask for some more money. Look at this guy's calling from a telephone. 45 cents. I wonder where he's calling from.
Okay.
Yeah.
I met them. Hello.
Yeah.
Where I was living at.
Yeah.
The lady was taking care of me.
Yeah.
They landed where the children were.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And,
okay, so they came to your backyard, basically.
Well, it's kind of like
they came to your location.
Yeah, okay.
Let's simplify this, sir. Okay, they came to your location.
Say backyard.
Okay, they came to your...
backyard.
No, but they came to your location, and they said, come with us. Is that what happened?
Yes.
Okay, and then they took you on the spaceship.
Right.
What did the spaceship look like?
Okay, it's similar to
Tell me what the spaceship looked like.
Okay, it's silver.
Yeah.
It was had a blade running through it in the center. A cigar-type shape.
Okay.
Both ends were blunt.
That's outside. What did it look like inside?
Inside, it had a screen around it where part of the atomic type of energy they had.
Yeah.
And the tile had letters in it, not letters, but creases. And it was dark. It was very dark.
Does it look like an airplane we're familiar with? Did you have seats to sit on?
No.
Oh, you stood up?
No, there was a bench inside,
A
like
bench.
a picnic bench.
Yeah.
And everything, when they wanted to use it, came up out of the floor.
I'm giving this gentleman a little more time because I think this is a fascinating story. So everything they needed, it just came up out of the floor, I see.
Right. And
So
they had some grass that I saw, and I mentioned it to them.
Please don't add any more because it's going to take time. I'm trying to get to the point.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay. I'm just trying. We have to get to the moon eventually, and I want to find out what it was like. So you were sitting on like a picnic bench type thing all the way to the moon.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you got to the moon, how did you land? Like sort of just flattened right out, or?
No, the ship stayed outside of the moon's orbit, and we were teleported to the surface of the moon.
Teleported?
Yeah, we went through a type of decompressurizing. And so that, because it's like, if we were studying to go under the ocean, that's how they can walk on the moon without a space.
Okay, well, I don't need any more. I know you want to give me a whole story, and even on over 6 minutes, we'll give me extra time as it is.
It's not hard to hear you too in real life.
Yeah, well, if you're calling from outside, obviously.
I can hear you now. It's much better.
Okay.
Well, I just wanted to let them know that.
Yeah. Let me see if this is Fred Steckling. Hold on a second. This could be Fred.
Okay.
Hi, you're next to the Look at It Happening on KVEG.
Hello, this is Fred.
Yeah, how's that, sir? Now, there you go. Now, have you been listening to this gentleman's story? Fred?
Yes.
Have you been listening to this gentleman's story?
No, I haven't. I'm sorry.
Oh, you haven't? Okay, well, he's telling us about an excursion that he went to. He actually went to the moon.
Who is the gentleman?
And he hasn't given his name. He's calling from somewhere, from a telephone booth. And he's telling us a story of how he was picked up and taken to the moon, and outside of the orbit of the moon, he was then teleported to the base of the moon. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay, so that's where he stands right now. Now, do you want to ask Fred Steckling any questions? You're going to have to pay some more money. He's calling from a telephone booth, Fred. Can you believe this?
Well, I don't know. It's possible, I'm sure.
Well, he is. It's not possible. He is. You can hear the money going in.
Yeah,
It's not possible, Fred. He is. Believe me. He's calling from a telephone booth. Listen to him. Okay. Are you still there?
Yes, I am.
I let him stay on the air 7 minutes. Usually we let him go 3 minutes, but this is a fascinating story.
Who took him there?
He wants to know who's talking.
Who took him there?
He says a spaceship took him there.
Yeah, but where did they come from?
He's asking a question. Where did they come from?
Where did the spaceship come from? Yes. I'm not really sure where they come from. I'm not real specific, but it was very similar to the same type of people that the Hills had, Betty and Barney Hill, because they were, they did the same thing. They had a separate room for the baby.
Yeah, but sir, we don't want to hear. We really want to hear your version, not Barney Hill's or Betty Hill's. We want to hear your version of what took place, because that's so important. Now, you do realize that as you're calling in,
I don't really know where they come from.
Okay, you can't answer that question. But let me ask you this question. You went to the moon, and now you're back on the planet. You're back here. What did you like better?
Me?
Yeah. Did you see anything on the moon that you would like at all?
What did I like on the moon?
Did you see anything on the moon that you would like?
I don't understand.
Did you see anything on the moon you liked? That's a simple question. Did you see anything on the moon? Did you see anything on the moon you liked?
Yes, I did.
Okay, what?
Well, I went inside one of their bases.
Oh, okay.
That's on the dark side of the moon.
And you liked that?
Yes, because I went there for healing.
Oh, okay.
Because I had died during the examination that they gave me.
Oh, boy. Hey, we've got to do... Okay.
I was supposed to go there.
Okay.
An accident.
Okay, hold on a second, sir. I want to follow up on this, but not tonight because we have a guest.
But I just want to exactly know that there is a base that the space will have, and it's inside of a mountain on the dark side of the moon.
Okay, you let him know that, but it's also his his time, so he's the guest. And I've given you 9 minutes. It's been a fascinating story. I do hope you will call us again, and we'll go into it in more detail. I'll give you more time on the air.
I haven't read his book, but I'm going to read it.
Okay, thanks for the call.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right, Fred. Interesting story. He just came into it. Boy called from a telephone booth and told us that he was taken to the moon. So,
I'd like to go myself.
I would too. I'm going to get him back on again when you're not my guest. Fred Steckling is my guest. If you have any questions for Fred now, here's your opportunity to talk with him. The phone numbers locally are 451-5834. From out of state, area code 702-451-5834. And if you've never called before, listen to us outside the state of Nevada, give us a call right now at 702-451-5655, and we'll get back to the telephone calls and Fred Steckling and you after these massages. Sometimes they don't wait, though. Let's go to line 11. Hi, you're next to the Billy Goodman Happening on KVEG with my guest, Fred Steckling. Do you have a question for him?
Yes, I do. This is Dean. I'm calling back again. There's something I'd like to ask Fred Steckling.
Why can't we hear you?
Can you hear me now?
Not at all. It's like a total dead sound almost. Where are you calling from?
This is Irvine.
Irvine?
Yeah.
Boy, you got to speak up. You got to yell.
Oh, okay. This is Irvine, California.
Well, that certainly isn't yelling. Okay, this is Irvine. Yelling is, okay, this is Irvine, California. That to me is yelling.
Fred Steckler? Yes. There's some things that I had found a number of years ago because a friend of mine, an astronomer, had showed me things when I was about 16 and 17 years old. A satellite that revolved around the moon.
Can you hear him, Fred?
Oh, it's very, very faint.
Well, I can just about hear. I don't know if the world can hear him either, for that matter. Sir, it's a bad connection. You have to call us back. Okay. No way we can make out what you're saying. Thank you. No way. Hi, you're next to the Billy Goodman Happening on KVEG. Hello there.
Hi, Billy.
Yes.
This is Mark from Brea.
Hello, Mark. How are you tonight?
All right. How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good. What a difference. Listen to the clarity of that telephone call. Can you hear that better, Fred?
Yes, very clear.
I mean, come on. I don't know what happens sometimes with some of these telephones. Okay, you have a question for Fred?
Yeah, I was wondering, what race are these aliens that live on the moon, and where are they from, if you know?
It would be very difficult to pinpoint. I know there are humans, and I know that they must be from planets of our solar system and other solar systems. They come to the moon to mine the moon and to build bases, to observe the Earth, to observe our civilization and the progress of our civilization, perhaps. But I know one thing, they're not here to fight us or to harm us, because they have spaceships of such enormous proportions that they could have done it a long time ago. They have never done that.
Did you hear that, Mark?
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay.
That's great. And maybe one more question real quick. I was wondering where Fred gets a lot of his information, like through research and everything.
Well, I've read a lot of books on the UFO matter. I dug through a lot of files of the Freedom of Information Act release on UFO matters. I speak to a lot of people that are also pilots that have seen UFOs in the sky, and retired officers that can speak up, at least in private, and tell me about their stories and experiences. And information such as from Mr. Steckling, who wrote, he was a NASA scientist, who read my book and said he agrees with every bit that I wrote in there. And that's about it.
Okay, Mark, how's it?
All right, that's great.
Okay, now, Mark, please don't call on this line again.
I haven't called on this line ever.
You never? Well, I heard this last time. You've called before?
No, I've called before, but I've never actually talked to you on the air.
Mark from Brea has never talked to me?
You're thinking about Mark McClanahan.
How many Mark?
This is the other Mark that you met at the happening.
Well, you called me and told me. You called and told me
that? Was Sean. That was Sean from Brea.
Okay, well now, please.
Okay, no problem.
Shut up, Mark. Take care, guy. I mean, folks, if you call on that line before, all you're doing is you're depriving yourself of hearing someone brand new anyway. Fred, I want to touch on this. You said that they are humans. You used the word, you know that they are humans and the alien bases on the moon. Didn't you say that?
Yes.
Humans as we know humans?
Well, yes. People very much like us.
When you say very much like us, are they like us?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
You mean humans have become aliens?
Well, the places from which they come from,
Yeah.
obviously the human beings look just very much like us. The same geometrical pattern, the same biological...
Wow, that's the first time I've heard that.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.